Hello and welcome to Benz Addiction. I had a lot of requests, comments and messages to me that the viewers and subscribers wanted to see what's going on with the CLK500. Well, today we are going to have a short, quick update of what we have done so far and what needs to be done. So stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. Here is the 2003 CLK500 I bought about a month ago, and it was water damage. Water was leaking from the sunroof. The sunroof was very, very rusty on two front corners, causing the CLK500 to become like a fish tank and moldy and very unhealthy environment to live in. But today it's very different. As you can see, it's much shinier and much like a Mercedes. The first thing we did was sourcing a sunroof for it. After getting rid of some of the mold and the nastiness of inside, and that was including taking all the upholstery out, washing, cleaning, including the seats, the carpets and everything in between, and of course replacing the headliner with a black Suede fabric, which I absolutely like. And I also added a little extra touch to this. Now we've got some blue stars on the ceiling just to have something extra bit and make it a bit more worthwhile, taking off all that nasty headliners and refurbishing with new ones. Also, the body was very, very nasty, lots of mold around everywhere, lots of leaves and debris, and now it's much different, as you can see over here. Washing and cleaning was a big part of the restoration of this Mercedes. Still, there are a bit to do. The radio, as you know, and as you noticed in my previous video, the radio is drawing a lot of current when everything is sleeping, including the CAN bus. Also, I believe the aircon control is also affected with the water damage, so that needs to be replaced as well. All these have been ordered, and I'm also waiting for parts to replace these. Let's have a look under the bonnet where I have done lots of work. You have probably noticed in the latest short video that I have cleaned up and polished the headlights. They were nasty and very, very yellowish and sun faded. We've got a new overflow bottle over here. It was cracked from here and it was also time to replace it. The engine oil needed replacing, changing after 2 years. It was very dark and very nasty. Oil filter done, engine oil done, and you remember tappet noise. But the lucky thing was M113 is so durable and so tough. After a few minutes of idling, that noise went away and it never came back. So now it's running very healthily. But there was one big problem. And that was, after replacing the battery and everything, I noticed that we don't get 14 volts to charge the battery. So the alternator was short. So what I did, I actually took off the alternator, had a look on the regulator and everything was fine. So what was wrong? Two things. First of all, there is a 150 amp fuse over here between the alternator and battery. That was blown. When I replaced that, I still didn't get the 14 volts. What else was wrong? You can't believe it. I did a lot of research and I pulled my hair on it. I spent a lot of time, and finally, after researching on SAM module, alternator, charging system, battery, and all the cables and fuses, I realized the main thick cable, the B+ cable from alternator, which is a 6mm gauge wire, was shot somewhere in between the starter, alternator and battery. So as soon as I replaced that wire, and you can see a new addition over here, I have ran an extra wire neatly. It's pretty much the same wire because I have removed the wiring from one complete wrecked CLK500 from a junkyard, and I replaced that wire, but I didn't follow the original routing. So now it's charging perfectly fine. Let's start the engine and enjoy the sound. Here's the condition of engine, running perfectly fine, not a single fault code coming from engine. I also had to replace the airflow meter, that was shot too, and there were a few other faults as well. I'm going to explain all these in a very comprehensive video, one by one. Hopefully this is going to be helping other people as well. While I was messing with that overflow bottle, I had to also vacuum all the old brake fluid and make that caliper shiny again, so the front rotor, which was rusty, is now much looking better, as well as the front calipers. They deserve good polish, because why not? They're looking very nice now, much better than what they were. And as you can see, one by one they're sorting the issues, and this car screams now, drive me somewhere. But we can't do that because we still got few issues, including, I show you now what is wrong here. So if I scroll through the fault codes, we've got ESP fault code. This is not a massive problem, and probably it's a very small issue. We've got ABS, and we also have SRS fault code, which needs the Mercedes Star Diagnostic to reset that fault code, because I removed some of the seats and some of the safety features. So one of my high-end diagnostic tools cannot reset the SRS fault code, and that needs the Star Diagnostic. Let's go for a very quick around the block drive to see how it goes. Don't forget the handbrake. Let's see if it actually drives or not. This is the first time this car is touching this asphalt over here. This is so loud because there is no, of course, muffler in the back. Someone has removed that. I'm enjoying the sound and noise of this M113 engine, but honestly it's illegal in Australia to remove the muffler of a car that has already this equipment. So I'm going to put it back. I'm going to find an AMG muffler with the nice twin exhaust tip and replace that straight pipe. So it drives perfectly fine, except few, plastic pieces like guard liners and stuff like that. That's probably rubbing to the wheels, which I have to sort that out. And there's also a problem with the cluster. This is the original cluster of the car, and as you can see, it's not fully illuminated. The dials are illuminated but not the numbers. So I have to find that issue too, replace these two, and also get rid of those extra consumption of the battery. So still a few bits and pieces, but nothing major. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, a quick update of what's going on with the CLK, and I hope this encourages you to fix or drive your CLK500, CLK63, or CLK200, or CLK320, or whatever you have, and enjoy the ride. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Have a great day. Enjoy your Mercedes. Bye.